Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a capsule selection. Today we are going to dive into a very fun list for me. This is one I affectionately titled the Dorm Dossier. This is basically a collegiate capsule of fragrances for the young man in your life. And if you are a young man watching this channel, which several of you do, have reached out to me for advice either in my personal life with my son and my nephews going off to college and high schools and seniors in high school, young people. This is that type of capsule for you guys. This is my advice on how to scent yourself, feel the actual attraction and allure of what fragrances can do for you. Basically, to just project excellence. And these are 6 fragrances that I think are going to go off great. These are ones that I recommend. And if this sounds like the type of content you think that you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuance of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. Today, as I stated, we're going to dive into the collegiate capsule. This is, to me, one of my efforts to give advice to the young man in your life. If you're a young single mother or a young single father, or even a young man who's watching this channel seeking advice on what to smell great at in a collegiate setting, or even a high school or a junior high schooler, these are great essences to put on your body at a nice consumer price point that you won't miss any of the actual coming and goings of fragrances. This is not a TikTok hype video, but this is one that will give you the excellence of essence. And to me, 6 fragrances in this collection that I've gotten for my son who's going off to be a senior in high school. These are fragrances that I recommend to him, got him for his capsule, and I'm going to be on his dresser for the season, fall, and going into the spring and winter time of this year. So first off, I want to start out with one of the fragrances, and I'll give them the affectionate names that I think of when I do my capsules. This is the Bedhead selection. This is SILLAGE Club de Nuit by the House of ARMAF. So SILLAGE, this essence, don't let the name fool you. Club de Nuit is not one of those type of fragrances that is a clubber. Club de Nuit is the fragrance for the bedhead type of gentleman. So if your child or you are one of those really relaxed, laid back individuals who doesn't need a lot of hype around his fragrance, doesn't need a lot of calling card, so to speak, you know, nothing that's too intricate, but it's interesting. This is the fragrance for you. This is the bedhead fragrance. So this is a lot of citruses, pops with a lot of tea, rose and iris is in this particular scent. And what it does, it really conveys a sense of sophistication. It gives an attribution of awareness about your surrounding, because it's not one that really screams, but it gives a nice essence and nice sillage to you. It starts off very citrusy, fresh, musky, has a lot of aquatic touches to it. So it's one of those fragrances, the name can be non-attributing. So this is not a club fragrance. This is one that just goes off very, very well. It's similar in its tonality and take on a very expensive fragrance by the House of Creed called Silver Mountain Water. It's not the same formula. It's not a dupe, but it's one that smells so similar in its essence. It's about 90% of that fragrance. So it is one that comes off in the dupe range, but I don't think this is on the market as a dupe. I think it was one that was created by a master perfumer and given this essence to put on our skin. So ARMAF SILLAGE Club de Nuit, or Club de Nuit. I keep putting the line there, but Club de Nuit is one fantastic fragrance for you young men who want to have something. You just a laid back, relaxed individual. It has a tea essence in it, some woody essences, slightly aquatic and citrus. Goes off well. The way it layers with that tea goes off well in the fall, and you can't go wrong with it. So this is one fragrance that I recommend for the bedhead. This is Club de Nuit by the House of ARMAF. I'm going to put all the titles in the description below, and also you're going to see all of these particular fragrance bottles on the screen, so you won't miss out on what it is I'm trying to offer you. ARMAF Club de Nuit SILLAGE. Next up, what we have here is HERMES H24. So if your son is one of those guys who has a little tech touch, and he's a very relaxed, sophisticated individual, has a little bit of air of, I won't say he has an elder mindset. He's not a juvenile type of young man. He's a man who knows what he wants, knows what he's going for, and he has all the attributes of that. This is the H24. I'm calling this the Tech Touch because it's H24 with a nice name to that one. I think you can recall it very easily. This one here basically is a tropical greenness, a tropical soapiness, very clean, very effervescent, aromatic in its take from sage and sclerine with a little nice floral accord of narcissus and some rosewood. So it has a woody backbone that really dries down to something inviting, alluring, attractive, and masculine. And that's the one about Hermes. When they put out a scent for the men, they put something in there that is a touch of masculinity that leans to give an effect of allure to the feminine nose. So if your son is going off to college and he's one that is very laid back, not anyone that needs all the attention, H24 is a great fragrance for that. Very masculine smelling, like I stated, clean, effervescent, aromatic soap that just comes off well. It's a fragrance that lasts on the skin for about 8 hours, projects nicely, won't be offensive to anyone, very, very laid back and assured. H24 from the house of Hermes. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is PACO RABANE Phantom Parfum. Now, he wanted to pick this one up. He really, really liked the way this one came off with his sweet tonality. So this is going to be his club scent for the year. When he wants to go out to the parties, it's a very, very well done. To me, and I was surprised when I smelled it, it was a very well done rose fragrance with vanilla and a backbone of woods and some spices up top. Comes off very sweet, spicy, synthetic ish. You know, the molecular structure of this one is synthetic, but it comes off very well for someone in the youthful range of fragrance purchasing. Woody, fruity, has a lot of bergamot, rhubarb. That little vegetal rhubarb is in the opening of this one that dries down complete, but goes into that cedar wood and geranium mix with basically what it is. It's a very sexy fragrance for the young man. So this is that sensual spritz. This is the one that he wants to wear when he's going out on a date with his the newfound lady on campus. This is going to be great for that particular situation. Prom night, homecoming night, great fragrance for that. This is, once again, PACO RABANE's Parfum Phantom Parfum. Very nice woody tonality to a vanilla fragrance that comes off well. Very sweet, very, very youthful smelling. And I think he won't go wrong with smelling like this on campus. This is very alluring. Has a scent trail behind it. Projection is mild. You know, it's not something that's going to project for miles and miles. It's a very moderate projecting fragrance, but the sillage on this one is great because of that trail of vanilla and woodiness that comes behind this. I've actually spritzed this on a couple times myself and have gone to like it. It's one that's not particularly my taste, as in smelling particularly this sweet, but for a young man who's going out, introducing himself, being flirtatious, this is a great scent for that. So once again, PACO RABANE Phantom Parfum. Sweet, sweet woody vanilla. Nicely done. Next up, guys, you know you can't beat this. Young men, this is a classic that's been on the market for sure. Top 10 bestseller almost every year. This is BVLGARI Black from the house of BVLGARI. This is Man in Black, I should say. One of the best fragrances. Not the best atomizer, of course, the way they built these, but this is a product that's really sweet. It's very autumnal. It's great for the fall wear, great for sporting events, going to football games, great for going to the campus parties, great for going to frat parties, great for going to anything that is in an evening time wear of about 4 p.m. or later. So if you have a collection of fragrances and you want to put on something that spritz a nice touch of, you know, this is like the hot take fragrance. It's very much so warm and inviting, alluring, flirtatious and attractive, that you can't go wrong with when spraying this on. 2 on the neck, 1 on each arm. Go out the house, you're going to smell great. It's very spicy, very woody, slightly oriental and sweet, with a little bit of leather tonality to it. And that's that nighttime calling. That's that hot take. That's the one. If you want a date night performer, you want something very sensual. Has a little bit of rum feel to it, a little bit of tobacco inside of this one. The mid comes up with leather and a little bit of iris and musk. At the end of it, you get this smoky guaiac wood that comes off very sensual, nicely done fragrance that has some allure to it. Your date night is going to be perfect if you wear this one. It's very cool, collected and calm under pressure. You won't sweat out the fragrance. You're going to be very much so attractive and alluring. It's a great one for that. So that's the actual 4th fragrance that I'm recommending for you guys. This is Man in Black by the house of BVLGARI. Spicy, sweet, slightly leathery, very, very romantic, very, very woody. Something that you can't go wrong with and putting on your skin. 4 sprays tops and just let it meld in and then go about your evening. You're going to smell fantastic. Even the young guys, if you were 17, 18 and you're going out You want to get a great price point fragrance, Man in Black by the House of BVLGARI. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, this is one, if you already got a lady in your life, your girlfriend, this is the one. This is the Gentleman's Touch. This is Gentleman by GIVENCHY, the BOISE edition, Eau de BOISE. This one here is a woody fragrance that has some spicy tonality, a little floral and powdery essence to it. Great essence that you want to put on your skin, done by Olivia Crisp and Natalie Lorson. Two great master perfumers that love working with some unique takes on gentleman fragrances. So this one here, it opens up slightly effervescent for coriander, which can be aldehydic, which is that soapy take on things. Very bright, very lively, very inviting, clean smelling. But where they take this particular scent to a different direction is that in the mid they add a little cacao that leads off of that opening of black pepper. So it's a spicy take with woody tonality and powdery sweetness. Then it goes to this very creamy sandalwood and patchouli. The actual thing about this one where they differ from just a very much gentleman aromatic is they add that cacao, black pepper, and in the base they add a woody smokiness to it. And that woody smokiness is one that takes this in the variation that is very much so derived for the fall. Now, it has always and will always have the essence of what GIVENCHY Gentleman smells like, which is that nice woody tonality. And the coriander, like I said, geranium, very much so goes into the realm of giving you a nice, well-rounded smell that can go from day to evening. But once you smell this, this can be a signature scent when you get your nose on this one. This is the BOISE edition, like I said. Cacao, smoky notes, you know, the opening of geranium and coriander with the pepper, the cedar wood, the nice laid-back gentleman that wants a date night, that wants a seasonal scent that is good for day wear and date night. You can't go wrong with the BOISE edition of GIVENCHY Gentleman. This is one I'm truly enjoying as well. I spritzed this one on a couple times out of his collection, and I must say it's one that I would wear to the gym on a nice autumn day, when I would wear it to work on a nice autumn day, something that very much so goes into an adult collection as well. So it's one that has a sophisticated individual written all over it. So if your son or daughter, or even you, if you're a young man, you're about 19, 20, 21, this is a great fragrance for you as well. This is one of those youthful fragrances that comes off so good in its complexity while still being light and impactful. A great fragrance for you young gentlemen. That is GIVENCHY Gentleman BOISE. Last here, out of the 6 fragrances that are going to be in his collection, this is the Collegiate capsule. This is a fragrance here by the house of Essential Parfums. And this is a niche fragrance that is under $80, right around $80, $83, depending on where you're getting it from. This is a woody fragrance, very fresh, very spicy, done by one of the best master perfumers out right now. This is a fragrance that smells beyond its reach for the price point, and it goes into what many people are calling not only a cult classic but instant classic in the fragrance Ganymede, which is a niche fragrance that many of you guys have heard about if you're into fragrances. This one here is built around the Quentin Birch materials. This is Nepalese Szechuan pepper, this is Georgie wood, this is amberfix, Akigali wood, Indonesian patchouli. So this one is for that self-assured, confident individual that wants a seasonal scent for all 4 seasons, I should say. This is one that comes off very impactful, very inviting, very aromatic, sexy, flirtatious, alive. This is one of those fragrances that really smell alive. This is a gentleman's fragrance. So if you're into that type of style of fragrance where you want something very gentleman with a touch of care and caress when you're around your young ladies, when you're going out on campus, just to smell great. I mean, just a phenomenally structured fragrance that has a great amount of projection, great amount of sillage, a great amount of just the smell. The smell is phenomenal. So if you're a fragrance hunter, or if you're a young man who's smelled a lot of fragrances, or you want to have a collection on your own right now, you're young, you're youthful, and you want something with a different take on some of the things that are on the Macy's shelf and stuff like that I've already introduced you to, and you want to go out on a limb and just pick something that's even more of a sensual factor for your wear, BOISE IMPERIAL by Quentin Birch. I actually own this fragrance, and my son took it under his collection, so I ended up buying him his own. This is going to be what he stated his signature scent. This is one he loves to wear. You know, school is starting for you gentlemen, and it's that time of year, that time to set the precedent, that time to exceed expectations. And this is one of the fragrances that does that. It very much so turns into a signature scent if you choose to. You can have this in one of the black bottles like the PACO RABANE Phantom, the Man in Black, or the GIVENCHY. You get this one in one of those and you're going to have the collection that beats many on campus. It smells great, smells phenomenal, very, very easy on the pockets. And one that I recommend not only to you young gentlemen, but to you older gentlemen as well, men in your 30s. This is a very, very good scent for signature wear that I think all of us can take a point from. Once again, this is BOISE IMPERIAL by the House of Essential Parfums. Really nicely done fragrance. Very, very, very well done and structured fragrance. Get your nose on it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my video for you guys today. I hope I hit this one out the park for you guys. I wanted to put together a fun video for you college age students and you parents of college age students. You know, we're out here, our kids are going through the phases that we went through. We fall in love with watching them go through this and watch them in their successes and help them and aid them in their failures and try to give them things to advise them on. And for me, I'd love to give this advice to my young son and my daughter when going off to college about how it is to be presentable and how to present yourself and bring forth a great presentation. And that, in one essence, the accessory that they can use is a fragrance. And so for me, I hope that I introduce 6 fragrances here for you guys, you parents, you young men, that really capture you, give you a sense of what there is out there on the market. One of these 6 can fit your personality, I'm sure. You got the bedhead, you got the tech touch, you got the sophisticated gentleman. All these fragrances, if you are one who wears tweed jackets and blazers all the way to sporty hoodies every day, one of these fragrances will capture your essence and give you that much more of an accessory to look that much more better, feel that much more better, and feel much more approachable and flirtatious out on campus. So if you enjoyed this video, just all I ever ask that you do, hit the like button below, subscribe. If you gentlemen out there know about fragrances that can give these young men something of an essence, leave that comment below. Leave a 5-part list if you can. I want this fragrance list to reach these young men so they don't know that this accessory is one that they do need in their life, because it is a presentation factor that lifts them. So until next video, you guys have a great one. Peace.